is try to have shorter meetings. So just to get really started, um, the bulk of today's meeting will be to discuss one of the most important event that we have each year, which is the youth happening. Um, there are two invitations that I do have to talk about as part of my chairperson's report. Um, One is December 20th at the board office and the park across the street from the board office. We will have the tree lighting ceremony for our community board 17, which we have every year, at least since I've been a member of the board, and even longer before I became chair. And this is going to be held at Pattagate Park. Generally speaking, we will have a lot of toy giveaways. So if anybody from the education committee want to volunteer their time to come out and help to wrap gifts, that would be excellent. Our chair of Parks and Beautification, Chair Antoine, will love that. The second event that I want to invite you to, and I will send let me send the email out now to everyone. Let me do that right away. No, let me send it to Miss Farah, and she can send it out to everyone at the board, which is that there'll be a reception at Grace Tabernacle on the 17th. I think that's next week, Tuesday. For those of you can, the 67 Precinct Clergy will be hosting an event at Grace Tabernacle, which is right at the corner of uh, of Remsen and Avenue A at the southwest corner of Remsen and Avenue A. You will see the event there. It will be in the afternoon. I'm just sending it to. I'm pausing because I'm sending Miss Farah the email. Please send out to committee and board members. All right. So hopefully you guys can attend and support. Lastly, the which every board member should receive in a little bit, that is that the city of Yes has made their recommendations, and that has come out. I did receive it today. And so if you're interested in finding out what they want to do about the housing, the rezoning, etc., Y and Z, you can ask to get a copy of it. If you're not a board member and you're just a concerned citizen who is interested in what the final result is around around the city of Yes, right? It's been a long conversation at the board level, and the last concept is that our meeting is members of the general community are invited to our general board meeting, which is held every third Wednesday. So even though you come to this meeting, it will be great if you come out to the other meetings so that you are aware of things that are happening from the other committees, as well as things that are happening throughout Community Board 17, hear from the elected officials and their office, which all of them is not, all of them do not come to the meeting. And if you do want to come to the meeting to talk about issues around education, do not hesitate to let the chair of the committee know in their intent, and they can come out and support the meeting. They can come out, or their staff can come out and support meeting. As you know, one of her own, Rita Joseph, she is the chair of the Education Committee and City Council. All right. With that being said, let me just double check on any notes before I say anything more from the chair. to make sure that, okay. All right. So we're going to delve right into the youth happening. Rhea, is there Rhea here? Is there Rhea? Says Rhea from Uncommon Charter School will be there. You can introduce her and ask her to say a bit. Rhea's not here. Maybe she logged off already.
She
All
hasn't
right.
arrived yet. I can shoot her another email to ask her where she is.
Okay, so please let me know when she has arrived. By the way, ADM Farrer, do we have a quorum? I see there are only 6 people on. I am a member of the Education Committee.
I will
So,
double check, but I believe we do not have quorum.
okay. So the reason why I asked that question up front. So I didn't do that. Open up the meeting. I started at 7:43 approximately. The meeting was called to order. I did give the chairperson's report. But I did fail to skip introduction. So let's start with Miss Mark. Just state
Good
your
evening.
name and your connection with the committee, and if you're connected to the board, also let us know that as well.
Yes, my name is Edith Mark, and I am a member of the board and also I partake in the education and youth committee.
Are you a member of the youth committee?
Yes.
Okay, then please do state that as well. So as she's checking quorum, we'll know to be able to know that you.
Okay, I am a member of the education and youth committee.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Whitney.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Whitney Humphrey. I'm a member of CB17 as well as a member of the Youth and Education Committee.
Pleasure. Ms. McCabe Brown.
Good evening, everyone. Monica McCain Brown, committee member.
Thank you very much. Ms. Mohammed.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm a member of the community board as well as
State your name. State your name for the record.
Fatima Mohammed. I'm a member of the community board as well as a committee member of the education committee.
All right, thank you. Secretary Mars. You're muted.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jabril Morris, Secretary of CB17, as well as a committee member in the Youth and Education Committee.
Thank you very much. Miss ADM Farah.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Do me a favor, please. The Education Committee has approximately 15 members of the board who are part of this committee, and I need a listing of the members who are not showing up to the meeting, because then that's a problem. Because Education Committee has the largest number of board members who are supposed to be attending this meeting, and 5 out of the 6 people here are board members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I'm 6. So 5 out of 6, unless I missed somebody. Let me see if I missed anyone.
You definitely
didn't
miss Duncan.
I missed a few. I missed a few. I see it here. Donna, I scroll down. Donna McLean. Doctor.
Yes, unmuted. Okay. Yes, good evening, Donna McLean Grant. I am a member of the community board, and I'm also on this youth and education committee.
Thank you. Mr. Tate.
Good evening, everyone. George Tate, committee member.
Thank you very much. Ms. Julius. Chair Julius. Chair Julius. Nicole. I guess she's muted. Ms. Hudson.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ann Hudson, and I'm a member of the Youth and Education Committee.
I'm sorry, you came in faded.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about
You
that.
start off
Having
great and then you fade.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me start again. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ann Hudson. I'm a member of the Youth and Education Committee.
Thank you very much. Miss Julius, Chair Julius, are you available still, or? At this point, did I miss anyone? All right,
Mrs.
it
Duncan?
still holds. Who?
Mrs. Duncan?
I don't see you, but go ahead. Where is Miss
Natasha
Duncan? I
Duncan,
don't. Oh, not. I see it now. Yes.
board
Go ahead.
member
Go ahead.
and on the committee for youth and education.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Did I miss anyone? I think we should be close to quorum. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is not. How many people are on the committee? ADM file.
Oh, according to the list, we have 39 members. So no, we don't have quorum.
How many active members do we have? Do you have the attendance sheet in front of you, or perchance, or we could create it by tomorrow?
No, that is the active attendance sheet that me and Miss Grandison use every month. That's 39 members.
27 is a lot of absences.
Mm-hmm.
Is this I mean, this is my first meeting, so is this a constant that you don't have quorum?
Yes.
With 39 members? Okay. All right. So the floor is open. So let me just, for everybody who's new, Youth Happening is need a refresher course. Youth Happening is Rose, please introduce yourself. You're on. I know you didn't get a chance to say hello. Miss Graham, go ahead. How's the voice?
I'm trying. Hello, everyone. It's Graham, committee member.
And board member. I Chair Graham. I'll excuse you. I'll introduce you. We have Chair Graham, who is the head of the personnel. She's the chair personnel and a member of the board, and member of the committee, and member of the board as well. I don't know. Her voice is gone. She's gone. She was partying too hard on Saturday, and didn't cover up her neck. I just saw a text message from chair let me go back. Chat from Chair Julius. She says, I'm not sure what's happening with my audio. This is Nicole Nicholas, a member of the community board, as well as on the Education and Youth Committee. She's also the co-chair of Housing and Block Association, as well as the incoming chair for rezoning. All right, let's move on. So as a recap, did I miss anyone at this point? Anybody come on that I missed? Okay, so the Youth Happening, and for everyone to please put it on the calendar from now, as I do, and I pencil it in every year, right? So we want, and I know George, kudos to him. I think, George, we have not missed any in a number of years. Am I correct? Of Youth Happening? We've been to a few, right?
Just
Right.
1 year, the COVID year.
Yeah, but we didn't have it that COVID year.
Right.
2020, we didn't have it.
Right.
So, so you didn't miss any.
No.
So, the Youth Happening is completely committee run. Last year, I was very disappointed because we didn't have a lot of committee turnout for whatever the reasons are, whether you didn't know, whether or not it wasn't enough time for you to plan your, thank you. Whether we didn't know, we didn't have enough time to adjust our vacation, whatever the case is. But this year, we'll know that it is the first Thursday of the year, which, let me see the date, and I'll tell exactly what the date is now. Unless there are any pending changes, it will be August 7th. So Miss Farah can do a calendar invite for everyone on the committee to do a calendar invite for August 7th. The program starts at approximately 8:30 in the morning, and it runs till about 4:30. Now, first of all, is this the first meeting that we're talking about youth happening, or I don't want to overstep and speak too much or too little. So if this is not the first time we're having a conversation, somebody do let me know so I could cut down on some of it and then go.
Well, yeah, Chair.
Not for you, George. No, not you, George. No. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to give information. I know you know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it was mentioned, but it was not discussed.
Okay. Thank you. All right. I also know that Ms. McCain Brown has been to a couple in the past as well. So basically 8:30 to 4:30 between setup and breakdown. It's completely committee run. That means that the entire committee, this is the board stapled event of the year. We have, depending on how successful we are, we could have upwards of 3,000 to 5,000 young people. If we're not very successful, we'll have 500 young people. We collect donation from members of the committee, members of the board, members of the community. We make phone calls to all the elected officials. We see what they're going to donate. Generally speaking, we send out letters. We have a list. We break down the list at one meeting. Who's going to call whom, who's going to visit whom, who's going to be responsible to contact whom, right? We call them, we contact them, have them send whatever donation, whether it's in-kind financial, right? In-kind financial, in-kind could mean we need a grill, right? We need entertainment. You know, somebody who's a DJ and they're able to DJ the event for the summer, for the entire duration of the day, or even part of the day. So maybe you have a DJ who can do when the program starts from at 10 o'clock and it could only stay until 1. Maybe we could get a DJ from 1 to 3:30, 4 o'clock when the event finishes. So that's in-kind donation versus financial donation. So that's what happened. The police precinct assist us, generally speaking, they're on the grill. We reach out to local, and if you know any daycares or summer school or school programs, we cater up to basically about 12 to 15-year-old, depending on what they're doing, and they come out for the day. Last year we had, at the last minute, given your chair and given ADM Farah some kudos. They worked their tail off to get a lot of things out of the way. We were able to get some grill, we were able to get some hamburgers. Thank you to the Department of Education. We have an MC of the event. It's an event, like I said, it's completely community generated. So we have people who come out and they entertain, right? So if you're your church group, you know somebody who sings, you know somebody who dances. We used to have like the karate. They come out and they do a little 3 to 5 minutes entertainment. So again, the most important thing I want to keep reminding everyone of that it is committee and community run, right? So some of the stuff you learn more about, but essentially all of if the earlier everybody signs up is the more we know what is to be provided for. That's why it's important to try to get the daycares out early and also get them there early, right? Because sometimes by the time, if we get to them in June, you know, a lot of the daycares already have their summer plans. But if we get to them by January or February, you know, you might get a greater participation. So I spoke about that and some of the things that everybody in the committee need, and the time, right? The time, thank 6-7 precinct council. No, not 6-7 precinct council. 6-7 clergy council. The God Squad, EFV. They have brought some players or workers, better workers to assist us. But we need the committee members to be in charge of station. They brought out sports. As a matter of fact, they reached out to me already and said, hey, we need to get in touch with them early so they get connected. We also asked local businesses or whatever to do some kind of sponsorship of some things. So they might bring toys, they might do giveaways and things like that. And I think, George, were you honored this summer at Youth Happening? Right? I think so. I'm not 100% certain. I know you were honored at an event in the park, but I'm not 100% sure if it was Youth Happening.
Yes, I was honored.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, and
Okay.
yeah, may I just want to
Sure, go
clarify
ahead. I'm sure I missed something.
Yeah, no. I wanted to clarify something because you asked me. I thought you asked me if we missed any youth happening.
Oh,
I'm
got
not
you.
sure. I'm not sure if you meant if I missed anyone.
Oh no, I said I don't remember you missing any.
No. Last year I missed because I was in Florida. I missed the last one. I was in Florida this year. I was in Florida for a wedding, my niece's wedding.
Okay.
So I missed this year. Yeah. Just wanted to clarify that.
All right. But I know you've been very consistent, so missing one doesn't make a difference.
As a matter of fact,
I know sometimes I have to run to the doctor and run back.
Yeah, I don't know how to share it, but I just found, cleaning out my files, I found a Youth Happening flyer from 1992, August 13, 1992.
Wow. That's
yeah. And at the time, I noticed it was from 9 to 5.
There you go. One of the things that I also want to point out to the board members, like, you know, we try to get everybody T-shirts or a polo shirt that relates to Youth Happening as well, depending on how the donations come in. Does anybody have any questions? I can't see hands as usual. I think I have to come into the office ADM so I could try to figure out what's going on with my thing. So go ahead. Why is everybody can see it and I can't?
Hello.
Not sure why. ADM Farrell, please call out the hands.
Yeah, I saw Miss Ann Hudson had her hand up.
Go ahead, Miss Hudson, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you for that. I was having some computer difficulty, so I missed some of the meeting, some of what was said. Did you, Mr. Daly, say that the next Youth Happening will be on a Thursday? I thought it was always on Saturday.
No, it's always on a Thursday.
Because I'm back at work, so a Thursday is bad for me.
Unfortunately, it's always in the first Thursday. That's why we're given 10 months notice, right? We're given 10 months notice, so those people who can take the day off, take a half a day off. If you can't, you can't. There's no. I mean, when I was in AP, I took the day off. That's what I did as an AP.
Okay. All right. That
Because
sounds
I
good.
work.
Yeah. So
So, but it's
I think
I am
I
not
think
telling anybody to take the day off. I'm simply saying that it is committee and community driven. So you
yes.
might not be able to show up, but you can do something with a
No.
DJ. You can contact some local businesses. You could
It,
raise some money. There are other ways that you know, somebody else might not be able to do any of that thing, but they're a body at the event as well. So they could support the event in that way. Everybody does
yes.
not contribute in the same way.
Yes, I know. Even last year, I did that. I had gotten in touch with the Blue Skates, but unfortunately, it worked out that they were too expensive to participate at that
I'm
time.
sorry, say that
But
again.
yes, I was in contact with an organization, Blue Skates. They offer skating practice and other activities at fairs and so on. But it didn't work out because the cost, the amount that they were charging was a bit more than what the committee had funds to cover.
We don't
So
have
it
any
didn't
money.
work out for last year. But I always participate in terms of contributions. And when the event was being held on a Saturday in the previous years, I was able to attend. That was good. But the weekday is good, and because I suppose it will allow more students and more young people to
Yeah, yeah. One of the things
learn.
is camps don't meet during the week, during the weekends, and we
Huh?
cater to the camp. Camps
Okay.
do not meet during weekends, and we cater to the camps because this is a field trip for the campers.
Yes, that sounds good.
And one of the things you can also suggest to the skating rink is that it can be a write-off, right? It can be a write-off because they get a donation letter. The second thing is that everybody's not going to be skating all day. What they can do is come out and do its marketing, right? They bring their flyers out. You have 5,000 kids who can come to their edifice, right? They have 5,000 kids who can come to well, obviously, even if 10% of them came to the edifice, they'll make their money back if they came out that day. We have the smokehouse that we're trying to get back. If we do it early, we had the rock climbing. Rock climbing was great,
Yes.
although it came at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So they have to listen. 5,000 kids, 3,000 kids, even 2,000 kids. If you can reach them and the kids enjoy themselves, it's promotion to. I mean, when you think about it, the elected officials come out. Why do you think the elected officials come out? The kids can't vote.
Yes, I know. I think
Right.
they. Yes. Okay. So I'll follow up with her.
Yeah, I mean, talk it up. I don't know. Maybe they could get a letter from early,
Yes.
and
Because
then what they can do is probably put a cost to the in-kind donation. I don't know accounting, so they would have to ask an accountant, right? Put a cost to the in-kind donation and make it a write-off. Every business is supposed to give a certain amount back to community and community-based organizations, as far as I know.
Okay. That sounds like a pathway.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
Any other
Mr.
questions? ADM Farzian, are there any other hands? ADM Farah, are there any other hands?
I don't see any more hands.
All right. So the other thing is we can't make any decisions, but we have to think about a timeline, right? We have to figure out a timeline, right? When things are going to get done, so we're not behind the 8 ball, right? Also send in any 501c3s or organizations. Like if any of you on the call or you know somebody else who knows like last year we were lacking. Last year we had an issue with sound, because at the last minute something happened to the person that was supposed to do sound. I don't remember what it was, but we didn't have any sound at all, right? And that created a problem. So that's something that we can look into. If you know somebody who has sound, you kind of lock them in for the date and put something on your calendar to remind them. And then so that means if you know somebody who can entertain, you lock them in. At least we start off with that, with the lock in of people who can do certain things already. So we have 10, 15 acts. The daycare also provide another couple of acts. You know, whoever the MC is for the last few years was me. So, you know, we do our craziness for a couple of acts as well. You know, those kind of. Yeah, you know, whatever. So we should get a timeline and maybe send in things that you can do. Sorry, I have a group of Caribbean people enjoying themselves in the living room. So if you hear a little noise, they're not arguing, they're just playing games and enjoying themselves. My sister-in-law used to say, tell them the truth, them I play domino. It is the truth. They're entertaining themselves. I didn't want to say they're playing dominoes though. Any other suggestions? Are there any suggestions? Any hands? Any thoughts? Anything that we might need to change? Except for the
Tate
date.
has his hand up.
Except for the date, Mr. Tate.
Yeah, yes, George State. Regarding the sound system, I was just wanted to mention that both East Flatbush Village and oh my God,
Elite Learners.
Elite Learners have sound systems. Elite Learner, I know for a fact they do. Sometimes they have systems at 2 or 3 different places at the same time. So they may have a couple of equipment, you know, the equipment that if we reach them on time, they might be able to lock us in. The only caveat with that is that we're gonna have to make sure we put them on the flyer, you know, because
Oh yes.
require.
Yes, thank you for tomorrow. That all people who make donations, their names go on the back of. All people who make donations, their name go back on the agenda of the day for the sponsorship. So you have that for your record, and depending on the level of participation as a sponsor, the level of partnership, it will go out on the flyers if you do it early enough, as Mr. Tate just said. Additional comments? There's no other comment? Is there anything that anybody feel that they feel strongly at that they can do versus one thing that they think they get be able to do? First of all, and also think about whether or not God's willing. Sorry, can't do that. To the best of your ability, how many of you feel that you will be able to be there on August 7th? If you can, just put it in the chat because I can't see, or ADM Farry, you can talk about that as see who put their hand up. So let's do that first. As to the best of your ability, who thinks that they will be able to attend? So we have, I see in the chat, I see Miss Mohammed. I see Miss Donna McLean Grant. Miss McLean, where are you from? Jamaica? I just asked because I know I have a large group of my family members who are McLeans. That's why I asked that question.
Sorry,
Miss Ju-
I couldn't come off of mute. Yes, my family's from Jamaica. I was born in England.
okay, because I have a large McLean group in my family as well.
From Manchester,
Um,
yes. Mhm.
I see Miss Julius, Miss Mohammed. I saw Miss McLean Grant. All right,
Oh, Ms.
that's
Chair
3.
Daly, I just wanted to share one thing. I want to say thank you
Wait,
for
can
having
we
this
do the attendance first, and then I come right to you, Secretary Mars. Okay, Miss Hudson will not be here.
Oh, God.
Might not be here. Might not be here.
3
All right.
hands raised. I have Edith, Mark, Monica McCain.
Now I'm
Brown,
gonna come to it. Is that hands related to I will be attending?
Yes, I would
I will
presume
be-
so.
Okay, so I see Miss Hudson said that he might if
I will
she's
be
not in
there.
Jamaica. And if you're gonna be in Jamaica, make sure I'm invited.
Okay. No, I said
Why going? Hey Naya, how you doing?
okay. I will be there
Uh,
because
okay. I see Secretary Mars. I hear Miss Hudson. Are you writing this down, Miss ADM?
Yes.
So you could give back. Okay. All right. So all the hands that were up. Now, Mr. Secretary Mars, you had a comment.
I just want to say thank you for having this conversation early. As a new member, I was like thrown into the fire just knowing that this event was happening and how much it means to the community board. I want to mention that this event is, I think, like right after or during our like quote unquote summer break.
It is. It is the only community board event for the summer.
I just want to make a strong suggestion that we stay in communication during that summer break. I know as much as everybody would like to run away, and I've heard stories of just like quote unquote, like, oh, I want to take a break from the community board for the summertime. I think if you genuinely want people to put into their efforts into this, that we make sure that we're able and we're just communicating throughout the summer and just being able to like stay in touch about this event so that nothing falls through the cracks. Yeah,
So the
that's it.
normal process is, and I could speak to the chair about that, Secretary Mars. So thank you for pointing that out as a new member to the board. The Youth and Education Committee is normally the only committee that meets during the summer. So it meets in July, have the event in August, and there's no meeting in September. Normally, so that you get that break, because of the meeting in July, you get the September off. So I could talk to the secretary about that. So like they plan the event, have a subcommittee as well to ensure that things are getting done. Thank you for pointing it out.
Thanks for that.
All right. Any other comments? So that's one. So the first comment was who believe that they can be there for the most part. Most people said okay. What about your strength? What are some strengths that you think? Do you have one? How many people think they could do one or two, get one or two people to entertain? Or they know a daycare that they'll speak to them, and once that letter is prepared, can get that letter to them. Or how many of you have a daycare? Because we also had members who had daycares who came to the meetings as well, came to the event.
On my side, I'm working with Canva, so I could share it with all of the Canva cornerstones that are in the area. Should be a couple.
Perfect. Oh, but please remember that they get lunch and they get a snack.
Noted.
And
Thank you.
everything at the event is free. You know, one year we had a person who donated ice cream. So this Mr. Softy would park up and they'll get a certain amount of receipts and they'll get ice cream.
Noted. I
So
had a friend that wanted to participate last year. It was a little bit too last minute for them. She said that she would do face painting or like a little paint session with kids.
okay, that would save us some money. That's extremely helpful, right? The aim of the game is to save money, and the little money we have that we will raise, we spend it only like basically game day. Yes.
I just have a question just regarding like the turnout. Like, do we have like I guess an estimate about like how many children will be attending the event?
So, all right, I'll give you pre and post COVID. Pre-COVID, we had about 2,500 to 3,000. The most we had there, and again, George has been doing, like it says, 1992. I wasn't on the board then, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. But the most I have had in my 20 plus years with it, about 5,000. Post COVID, 2021, we had between 500 and 700. Last year, we had about 11 or 1,200. And I think Nalshin can correct me on my numbers. I could be way off or way under. So the mastermind, George, would you say my numbers are about accurate, or do you have a better number than what I'm saying?
No, pre-COVID, yes, we did have, we always had over 2,000, but after COVID, with a lot of the daycare closing down, that's what brought the numbers down.
Thank you.
You're
Right.
muted.
Now, about how many would you say were there last summer?
If I had to give my estimate, I would say somewhere around the 8 to 1,000, 8 to. This is including chaperones and like workers.
Yeah.
So I would say 800 to 1,000, like around that number.
Okay. There you go. Those are the answers. And by starting this early, like Secretary Morris said, we expect better numbers because we're starting way early. Last year, we started really late. There were some obstacles in the way which caused some issues, but that's why we're starting earlier now. Good question. Any other things that we can offer? Like, again, remember what I said. It's community first driven, and then community after, right? And our local businesses.
Chair Daly, I know you said you can't
Go
see.
ahead.
Yeah, my hand was raised, so I just realized you said you
Go
can't see.
ahead.
I do have a question.
That's why I
for
said
Mr.
ADM needs to tell me who's raising their hand.
Yes.
Go
It's
ahead,
from,
Mr.
question for Mr. Morris. The lady that you mentioned that will do the face painting, does she also do like balloons, work with the balloons? Do you
Yeah,
know?
she's strictly an artist.
Okay. No, because I know normally we have, just about every year we have what, Dingaling, whatever his name is there with it.
Oh yeah, Dingley, or his brother. Yeah.
Yes, right. Doing the balloons and all that, So I don't know. I was trying to debate whether or not, because if she could do the balloons, then we could avoid the cost of hiring those brothers again. But that's why I just wanted to know whether or not she could do the balloons.
It's a strictly artist. I think I could be able to pull like a lot of the art teachers that I've worked with in the past, and it sounds like this is something that they would be more than happy to help out with. So I think that's where I could contribute that side there. I'm aware of some DJs, but around this time, I think like most of them are prepping for their holiday events. But this is a Thursday, so it sounds like people should be free, and I'll try to see if they'll do it for free. So no guarantees yet.
Or minimal cost. Maybe not free, but not $500-600. Oh, it's an event. It's for the community board, and they have money to Please remind people, community boards, none of the 59 community boards have a budget for this event. None. We'll try to raise money, but none has a budget to say we have $5,000, $10,000. None of us do. Any other hands, Ms. Farah?
I don't see any more hands.
Does anyone have any? I see the event is held at the event is held at Patagate Park, which is across the street from the things. We have chairs, we have tables. So sometimes a vendor part of that too could be if they have things they want to vend, they can ask for a minimal sponsorship to vend an event, to do their vending. We'll help them with a table if we can, or they bring their own tables. So if people are vendors, they can do it themselves. All right. And any if there and anything else that anyone needs to discuss outside of youth happening? Seeing nothing. It's now 8:33. Right? It's now 8:33. I forgot the exact term, but to adjourn. A motion. I know it's motion.
I second the motion.
Oh, wait.
Fatima Mohammed raised her hand last minute.
Go ahead, Ms. Mohammed.
I just have a quick question, just regarding like outreach, like how we plan on like distributing information to the community. Like, are we going to be using like social media? Is it kind of like word of mouth?
So the tendency, one, is to have the flyer. Two, reach out to the daycares with a large flyer, both hard copy and email, right? We would also make phone calls to the previous. Some daycares already have the event penciled into their schedule, so they do reach out to the board already. So again, you have reaching out to the board, you have the hard copy flyers and registration sheet, and also donation letters, both in kind and financial. You have the website that they'll be using, and we now have somebody who's working in social media to get that done.
Thank you.
Okay. And again, any way that you can help, again, as a reminder, is community and committee based. Right. Any other question before I entertain a motion to adjourn? Seeing none, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Jabril Morris motions to adjourn.
Can I get a second? And Hudson seconds the motion. The time is now 8:36 p.m. This meeting stands adjourned. Everyone, please enjoy your Christmas. Please do remember those two events, one on December 17th, that's next week Tuesday, and one on December 20th, that's next week Friday. One is sponsored by the board and our council member Farah Lewis. The other one and a few others, it's on the flyer, it's also on the board. Just show up, have some hot cocoa, get a gift if you have a young person. And December 17th at Grace Tabernacle, which is on, I believe the address is 650 Remsen Avenue, right at the corner. And I did send the thing out, so Miss ADM Farah can send it out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Have a great evening, everyone. Enjoy your holidays, whatever you celebrate.
Thank you. Happy
Thank
holidays.
you. You do the same.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.
Good
Evening.
evening.
Oh, hello, chair. Wait, the chair is here.
Thank you.
Who is
Oh, the
Brent?
chair. Oh, the
Hi
chair is here.
guys.
Hi.
Hello,
So,
chair.
how's everyone doing?
Fine, thank you.
A lot
Yes,
of people
sir.
logged off, but say hello anyway. The meeting's
That's
adjourned. Go ahead.
okay. I just want to wish you guys, sorry that I couldn't make it last month and this month. Work have me a bit busy, but I just wanted to wish you guys all the best for the holidays, and please stay safe and enjoy that time with your families.
Thank you.
And chair, ADM Farah has some notes for you.
Okay, great. Thank
All
you.
right.
All
And
right.
thank you.
Thanks.
God bless
Yeah.
everyone. Enjoy you.
Have a good evening.
Yeah. Can I
Thanks,
talk to you
guys.
for a minute?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Somebody saying
Have a
something?
good evening. Bye.
Bye.
I'm
Somebody
fine.
said I wanted to talk to
Yeah,
Rudy
I
Edith
or
thought
Mark.
somebody
me?
was asking a question.